start Kentucky Dragway. They just started the racing. Bright light, bright light. It's not too packed yet, but Christopher's gonna check the bottle temperature, turn the bottle on. We're gonna put the GoPro right there, just so we can see the AFR gauge. And bottle is full and it's pretty hot. I mean, it's, I don't know. Yeah, it's already on 900. Marking the window. Hopefully it don't stumble on us and blow up. I don't know. It seems to come and go now. I don't know. But we'll see. Excited?
We'll see what happens. I think it'll be okay.
We're gonna check the ramp on the double check the ramp on the Nitrous Mini. I think it's on a 300 shot. Timing's locked at 22 degrees. And we're gonna, I think he's gonna go 50 to 100% in like a half a second.
Yeah, you think that's smart? Think it'll work?
I'd do it to it. All I can do is raise the wheels off the ground. Drag the bumper. You never know. But we're about to make a pass. And this is initially what we had the ramp set to. But we later took the ramp completely out of it and put it at 100% start, 100% end, with no ramp time, and we put the activation RPM at 0. Alright, here Chris comes for his first pass. Hope it does good. Slowed down for some reason. Slowed down. How'd it feel?
It felt slow. It felt really slow.
I wonder why. Did you happen to see the AF4 gates? No. Oh, we didn't bring those jets. We should have brought the jets. What was the 60? Let me see.
Did a 10.4 at 129.
So we lost a 1/10 on the 60. Lost about 2/10 on the 1/8 and 2/10 on the 1/4. I'm not sure. So this is the Kentucky Dragway app time slip that you get on the app on your phone. It's really cool. Shows the DA and stuff, the weather and stuff like that. But we didn't put any heat in that bottle. It was at 900, just from being a full bottle. But we should put some heat in it because it dropped considerable pressure throughout that pass. And I think if a little heat was in it, it would have done a little bit better with that. Plus, we had a ramp in this one, and his burnout wasn't the best on that one. So, all right. So now we're just heating up the bottle. It actually dropped out of the green during the pass he made. Plus, he didn't get the tires good and hot. And
we're not blaming it on the burnout.
We didn't let the nitrous come on until 3,000 RPM. I think that could hurt the 62.
Put it down to 22. Should I just turn it off?
I'd turn it off, honestly. I wouldn't even, I'd put it at 0 RPM and then just
let the wide open throttle switch handle it. But we went and got some VP 110. We got a little bit more. It was getting down in the orange, and we don't want it to slosh too far back in the tank and not pick up. So we'll get this bottle heated up and we'll try her again. All right, Chris is on for attempt 2. We're gonna ramp it in better this time. 10:30. I think we should put some timing in it. Not sure how good y'all can see that, but that's one of the best 60s. 144. I think your best was a 143. And then 655, we've been faster in the eighth and the quarter. But that bottle does have a small leak in it, so maybe it's sucking air back through. The only bad thing about it is the other bottle. I ordered next day air, a fitting so we could put a gauge on it, but unfortunately it ain't gonna be here till Monday. Thank you, Summit Next Day Air. But anyway, I'm gonna go get the other bottle. I guess we'll just kind of guess on it, man.
It's like this.
Put some heat into it. But, got everybody hanging out. Austin's here, Brandon's here.
I think where we used it so much yesterday, it shot so hard and everything, and then we took it off. Do you think it's empty? Or it's low?
So here's the Kentucky Dragway app for that pass. So that bottle, like you heard there, it's got a leak in it. You can't see the leak, but if you let the bottle set, it leaks out. So I don't know, maybe air's sucking back through it. When we purge it at the solenoid, it's not blowing the white cold like it should. It's almost like it was blowing straight air. But anyway, I figured out that 3 of the bottles I had the same fittings on the end of them, so I was able to swap the fittings out from the 4AN to the 6AN. So I had another bottle that I thought was full that we put in there and tried.
All right, so we put 3 degrees more timing in it. We got a fresh bottle. This one don't have a leak. We're thinking maybe that bottle had a leak. Oh, I know it had a leak. It just wasn't a real bad one. Maybe it was sucking air back through the line. I don't know, but we're heating this bottle up. This one does not have a leak. And that's pretty much a fresh bottle. And then we put 3 degrees timing in it to 25, locked out. All right, here's Christopher's third pass. We added 3 degrees and a fresh bottle.
Mile-an-hour run, 11:58 for Dustin Knox. Moody Rowe. Moody Rose. Moody. Slowed it down.
So the car cut, it's the best 60 ever right there. But I don't know if you could hear it or not up top. It was breaking up.
Well, Christopher got stuck in the staging lanes forever. I told we got it up to 1,000 or 950, 960. The bottle, and but I mean he sat in the staging lanes forever. The way we got this bottle heater is we hook it to the battery and heat it up, and then we got to disconnect it from the battery or it'll just keep going up. But look at the bottle temperature after the pass. That's way too low. So, I mean, it cut out on him all the way down through there. And I'm thinking it just cut out because the bottle pressure was so low. Unfortunately, he forgot to turn on the GoPro so we could see the air fuel to see if the timing changed the air fuel any. But look at that. That's the best 60 ever on either car we've owned. And I mean, it wheels up, but it slowed down. Look at the trap speed, 125. So that either tells me that bottle was a lot lower than I thought, because usually that's what happens is when your bottle starts to go low, you lose trap. And the 8th mile was down too, because I think he's running 649.
It was misfiring through back.
But it was misfiring the whole way down the track, if you could hear it in the video. But crap, these 9s just eluding us, man. We got one more bottle that I know for sure is full and has never been touched. But the bad thing about it is we don't have a gauge on that one, so we can't tell what it is. But I think we're going to try that next. Maybe this bottle was lower than I thought, or
What are the odds it blows out spark?
or it just it's cold outside. Maybe I don't know. But
What are the odds that it's blowing out?
I put them at 30. There ain't no way it's blowing the spark out. But the extra 3 degrees, we're gonna go ahead and pull a plug and see what the plugs look like, because I mean, it was really far down, almost to the threads. The timing mark was. It was almost to the threads when Christopher pulled it out. But I was, according to the internet, that needs timing added. And also, when you add timing, it'll lean it out a little bit. Because if you can see in the other videos on the GoPro, the AFR is a little too rich still. But I don't know. We got a few more attempts left in us, so we'll see what happens. We're going to pull this hood off, check a few plugs, see what happens.
So now thinking back, that bottle that we did put in it, I did make one pass on that bottle, and I attempted 2 other passes. That was the bottle that I used when I had the nitrous backfire on my car when it was acting up. Plus, I remember we were testing the solenoids a lot with that bottle too and spraying nitrous out. So it was a lot lower than I thought. So the car lost, the bottle lost pressure, and it was just flooding itself out, and that's why it was misfiring. We had thought initially it was the extra timing we added that was causing it, but it wasn't. It was just the bottle pressure got too low. Now, we did use the GoPro to look at the AFR gauge, but later we found out when we put the motor back on gas that the AFR is not reading correctly. Here's a cool little picture Christopher took while he was in the staging lanes. I took some more videos where we were looking at plugs and stuff like that, but obviously I have a bad habit of not hitting the record button and thinking I'm recording something when actually I'm not recording anything. So lost those videos. Also, there was a video about, we never used a timing stop on this car, or a piston stop, or even checked it when we put the motor together to see if the timing tab is actually in correct relationship with the harmonic balancer, as it should be. But the car was dynoed with the balancer and the timing tab it has on it now. It liked 34 degrees the best on the dyno. But we put that other bottle in there, the one that don't have a gauge on it, and we wanted to heat that up for at least 15 minutes. It seems like it's about how long it takes that bottle heater to get good heat in the bottles, to where to be up to, 950, 1,000, because when we unplug it from the battery and get in the staging lanes, it drops down some, and even when we purge it at the solenoid, it drops down some too. But my phone went dead, and they called last call out of the blue. I thought they were going to stay open until like 12, but they called last call at like 10:30. So Christopher just jumped in the car and unhooked the battery from the bottle heater, jumped in the car, and went up there to make a pass. He was supposed to give me his phone so I could record it, But he was just in too hurry to get up there and get that last pass in. I'm glad he did. So here's the results of that.
Well, we put a bottle in it, didn't have a gauge in it. We left the 3 degrees timing in it. There was a guy that posted on one of our last videos that said probably it needs more timing. But I mean, it did dyno best 34 degrees. I don't know if the balancer marker is 100% correct on that car. We never did do a piston stop on it to tell, but on the dyno, according to the balancer and marker it's on it now, it liked 34 degrees. But we put it at 25 and the distributor's locked out, so, and it 60 way the best it's ever 60. And
he's asking if they're rolling with it. It's the last pass.
And it went 140, 1.40. But yeah, look, that's the best pass yet. And we didn't have a gauge on that bottle, so we don't know what the pressure was.
Up to 13 minutes, and they made last call, so I just took it off and went.
Yeah, they made last call, so we just went with it. But I think we're getting there. I think it might even want more timing and a full bottle, and we might just get there, boys. We're getting closer and closer.
So we was able to get one of the videos from the live feed from the drag strip, but their live feed was acting up, so the camera angles weren't changing. So
Chris Tester's Firebird. And Chris runs 10:19, 129.
Well, we didn't get the 9, but I had fun and the car's driving home. And that's good. Nothing's broken. Doing her thing, you know.
we wasn't able to run the time that we wanted, but you know, we had a good day racing. It was fun. And the car did go faster than it ran its personal best, 10:19, 129 on that very last pass. So we did fight some bottle pressure issues and stuff like that. I think what we need to do is take it out to Mexico, hit it on the highway a little bit and shut it straight down, and with some fresh new plugs, and read the plugs with timing marks, cut them open and see what the fuel ring looks like and stuff like that. I'm no expert on stuff like that, so we're just going to try to do some research and do the best we can, but or just get it back on a dyno with the nitrous. The odd thing that puzzles me is on a 150 shot, the car ran 10.6. On a 200 shot, it ran a 10.4. And what the mainline kit called a 250, we was able to get it down to a 10.24, I think. And then on this, we was able to get it down to 10.19 and this is the 300. And the funny thing about that is the 200, the 250. Oh, and on the mainline kit, I don't know how it flows 250 with a 78 orifice and the nitrous jet, because that's the nitrous jet it uses for the 200 shot is the 78. But anyway, I'm just a little puzzled because 200, 250, and 300, the car traps the same mile per hour, 128 to 130 every time. So, I mean, I think I would have thought the trap speed would have went up, and I'm not sure what's going on with that. But any input that you guys can give us, you know, like you know, timing or you know, fuel or whatever, and why it's staying at the same trap from 200 to 300 shot of nitrous would be greatly appreciated. But we're going to definitely keep trying at it and hopefully get both these cars in the 9s on some nitrous. Alright, so here it is. Here's the Kentucky Dragway app with the time slip on it. And again, any input why the trap isn't going up from 200 to a 300 shot, and I thought for sure this would put us in the 9s with that 300 shot, be greatly appreciated. And just some information on the build, if that'll help with any input. It's a 383 small block Chevy 4-bolt main, stock block, It's got the it's completely forged rotating assembly. The rings are gapped 2832, I believe. Top ring, bottom ring, 028 point, and then 0.032. And it's 11-to-1 compression. It's got straight out of the box ProMax 200cc heads on it. It's got real good head gaskets on it, and the piston rings. We made sure that we got the good stuff for that to handle the nitrous. And it's got a single plane Hurricane intake, 780 CFM carburetor. The cam is a Comp Cam 294 retrofit roller with the short travel lifters and roller rockers. 780 CFM Pro Systems carburetor. It's got a 4,000 stall in it, and we told him that they spec'd it for us. We told them that we was going to run nitrous and motor, and we wanted it kind of in between. It's got a turbo 350 transmission that's been built, and a 350 gear and a 4.9-inch rear end, and the tires are a 28 by 10.5 non-W. But yeah, that's specs. It's got the 6AL programmable ignition box. It's got the HVC2 coil, and it's got the distributor is locked out. And like I said before, we usually run 34 degrees timing on that. Again, that might not be exactly where it's at because that was never checked. But on the dyno, that's where it was the happiest. So I've just been pulling 2 degrees per 50 shot based on that. And unfortunately, we was hoping to be able to use the wideband to see where the airflow is at. But the wideband's, it's not working because it on the dyno, it was 12.5 to 12.8 at wide open throttle. And that is what the wideband had read before on gasoline. And when we put it back on pump gasoline 93, it's still reading like 10s. So it reads 10s and it jumps up, and then it reads 10s and it jumps up. So we definitely can't go by that. But yeah, any input y'all can give be greatly appreciated. And thanks for watching the channel. Y'all have a great one.